Now at 5, another football game has been rescheduled at a Mid-South high school, all over safety concerns. Coming up, we're live with what officials say those concerns are tonight. Plus, although an operation to fight speeding and shooting on the highways is over, Memphis police officers still have a heavy presence on our streets. We'll explain why. And how a community came together despite the rain to help a Missouri veteran find his missing pet in West Memphis.
Live from WATN Memphis, local every day. This is Local 24 News at 5.
Good evening. I'm Katina Rank, and my co-anchor Richard is off. And this is John Bryant right beside me. Listen, lots of stories to get to tonight, but we start with a look at the rain and then this sudden cool down that's happening in the Mid-South right now, and I do mean sudden. And that's why we're in the Weather Center.
Sudden, as in just a matter of hours. We went from the 70s to the 50s, and some people are going to be in the 30s tonight.
Amazing. Tell us about it.
All right, let's take a look at the current temperatures out there right now. It is 55 degrees in Memphis, and boy, this is such a change from yesterday. As a matter of fact, this is the map right here that tells the story. 30 degrees cooler right now from what it was yesterday at this time. 31 degrees cooler in Clarksdale. Yeah, I would say that front has made a difference. Here's a look at the radar. There is still some activity here. Not a lot, but a few isolated showers. That's why I say keep your umbrella handy tonight if you're headed out to Friday night football games. But the heaviest activity, as you can see, is now moving into Alabama and will be moving away from us. But the front is through. And just how cold is it going to get everywhere? We'll talk about the numbers, tell you what's ahead for the weekend, and when it warms up again, all coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, John, thank you. And now that the temps are dropping, Shelby Farms Park officials plan to reopen its off-leash area lakes. You might remember back in August, the Outback Lakes showed low levels of dangerous blue-green algae. On Facebook, park reps now say they're waiting for consistent cooler temperatures before it removes signs next week. It's also working with other lake managers across the country to put together information to help visitors make the best decisions for their pups when it comes to swimming. Park leaders say no dogs were sickened by the algae, but the lakes were closed just as a precaution. On Monday, a Shelby County judge will consider why DNA from a 30-year-old crime scene should be tested. So let me give you the backstory on this one. Sedley Alley was convicted of kidnapping, raping, and killing Marine Lance Corporal Suzanne Collins in Millington. That was in 1985. Alley confessed to the crime, but later said the confession was coerced. But he was executed for the murder in 2006. Then, earlier this year, Allie's daughter filed a petition asking that a pair of men's underwear found at the crime scene be tested. She hopes it proves that her father was indeed innocent. The Innocence Project is asking for the DNA testing, too. New tonight at 5, General Motors is calling on its workers to end their strike. That strike started on September 16th, and the lack of workers put a stop to GM's vehicle production. It caused more than $1 billion in losses for GM. That's according to an estimate from Anderson Economic Group. In a letter to employees today, GM told the United Auto Workers Union it's time the two sides reach a deal. Negotiations between GM and the United Auto Workers Union stalled last weekend after the auto company rejected the union's latest contract proposal for better benefits and a bigger cut of GM's profits. Memphis police remain on the highways even though Operation Grizzly ended a few weeks ago. Some say it shows that while police need more officers, they are in a lot better shape than 5 years ago. At that time, there were so few cops on the streets because more than 500 called in sick as a protest over benefits cuts. As Local 24 News reporter Mike Matthews explains, the city was minutes away from having to call in the National Guard.
Probably you've heard of Operation Grizzly. That's the whole program they had with the Highway Patrol and others watching the roads around Memphis. Well, Operation Grizzly is over, but the Memphis police are still on the job.
Our officers are still on the interstate. I see them every day as I travel around and when I go home, when I come to work. So our officers are still out there aggressively enforcing traffic laws.
The fancy schmancy term for this is proactive policing. They are not just reacting to a crime, they're trying to prevent a crime. Memphis has come a long way in 5 years. In 2014, there were just over 1,900 officers on the streets.
We should have been calling the National Guard team because at 1,900 police officers, we can't deliver the level of service.
That was never reported before. Rawlings says things got worse when, because of benefit cuts, police officers staged a sick-in. The blue flu is what it was called.
500 police officers went out sick. That was a big deal. We're minutes away from probably having to call the National Guard, because the Sheriff's Department, we called the Sheriff's Department in to patrol within the city of Memphis.
Rawlings was not director at the time, but was head of the uniform division, basically in charge of day-to-day operations. Things have changed, he says, even on the interstates.
I think our citizens are behaving better, driving the speed limit, moving over when they see a first responder in the emergency lane. Our citizens have to be reminded to move over. We want to keep those first responders safe.
The new cell phone law, one that Rawlings isn't exactly overjoyed with, is keeping the interstate cops busy as well. Director Rawlings doesn't seem real happy about it, but he says that's what he's got to do, so that's what he's doing. In Memphis, Mike Matthews, Local 24 News.
Mike, thank you. A Missouri family is heartbroken after their dog Moose went missing in East Arkansas. Moose disappeared on October 5th while the family was visiting West Memphis. And that's where we find Local 24 News reporter Brittany Moncrief. Okay, Brittany, I know that you met up with Moose's owner, who is a retired military vet. What's actually being done to find this missing pup?
Katina, these flyers have been posted throughout neighborhoods along Highway 55 to help find Moose. His owner, a retired military vet, says he won't give up as the search approaches a week.
He carries her pillow around the house while she's gone.
Failing to hold back tears while grasping small memories, retired military vet Jesse Askin remembers the bond between his dog Moose and his daughter.
Something that I think is crushing to my daughter is how close they are.
Saturday, Askin and his family came to West Memphis from Missouri to purchase a car. They stopped at this Denny's and Flying J off Highway 55 to grab a bite to eat. As they were eating outside, Moose broke loose from his collar.
He ran across the 4-lane highway, being 55, into West Memphis, into the community.
The Askin family had to return home to Missouri, but Jesse came back to search for Moose. And this time, he's got help from Marion Animal Services and the West Memphis Animal Shelter.
Well, right now, he is in a state of safety. You know, he's looking for his own safety, survival mode. Definitely, if anybody sees him, do not chase him. If you chase him, you're just going to push him out of the area that he feels safe in.
I think at this point, he's either lost in the community, he's very confused, or he has been taken.
And there's a reward being offered for Moose's return. It's being matched by a local business. And some people have said that they've spotted Moose, and Animal Services says that's just what it's going to take in order to find him. Community effort. And coming up at 6, I'll show you just what that looks like. Live in West Memphis, Brittany Moncrief, Local 24 News.
Brittany, thank you. Now to your safety. Friday night lights will go dark tonight for one Shelby County High School football game. SCS leaders say because of a recent threat, the district rescheduled tonight's game between Bolton and Craigmont to later this month. Local 24 News reporter Brad Broders looks at what type of concerns there are tonight, local in Memphis.
If there are concerns about security, then apparently we need to beef our security up.
State Representative Antonio Parkinson weighed in this afternoon from Nashville after learning Shelby County Schools rescheduled tonight's planned game between Bolton and Craigmont at Raleigh Egypt High School because of an unspecified recent incident.
They are imparting negativity into the momentum that the Raleigh community has, and I think that's giving them way too much power.
A SCS spokesperson said safety is always our top priority, and this decision was made out of an abundance of caution to ensure the safety of our students, families, and fans. Last September, a different safety threat forced district leaders to ban the public from attending another football game at Raleigh Egypt.
I do want to make sure or caution us that we don't disrupt or allow a small few individuals to disrupt the flow and the energy and the positive things that are happening in our community.
That was Brad Broders reporting. Now, tonight's scheduled game at Raleigh, Egypt between Bolton and Craigmont will now be played Tuesday, October 22nd at Bolton High School. And, you know, speaking of Friday nights, that means high school football in the Mid-South, and the local 24 sports team will keep you on top of all the action, the scores, and highlights, of course, from the area's top games tonight on Local Prep Live. Tonight's game of the week, Whitehaven versus White Station High School. Live scores from all the games will be posted on our website, so just go to localmemphis.com. And then don't forget to post your sideline selfies on the Local Memphis Facebook page or Twitter. Use that hashtag sideline selfie. Local Prep Live starts at 10 tonight. Love arts and crafts? We have the perfect place for you to visit. Details in just moments. Also coming up, Shelby County Schools celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. We take you to one of the interactive events at a local elementary school. You're watching Local 24 News at 5.